Happy Wednesday night. Wednesday night, right? Whew. Hello. So we're waiting. Desi from DEAFinitely Novel Life will be joining soon. So we're waiting. But tonight is the normal Wednesday night. I feel like it's the last Wednesday night on TikTok. So, yay. Not happy about it. I'm gonna go ahead and say, like, if you've not subscribed to the YouTube, it's the same name, author KT James, the same as what I'm here. Go and subscribe to that. I'm actually gonna do, I just posted, not that, just posted a video tonight about if you subscribe, when I get to 50 subscribers on YouTube, I will be picking a name from that list and you will get the happy reading mug. This it'll come good. I'm using my personal one now for some hot tea, but when I get 50 subscribers, because we're trying to move the DEAFinitely Readers book club, not class, club to YouTube. So, but we're struggling to figure out how to have 2 hosts. Or it's a little bit complicated. It's more complicated than just on here. Let's be honest, don't want to go to Instagram. So we're moving it to YouTube, but we need more subscribers. So I'm close to 50, and that was what it said I needed. So if you're not subscribed to my YouTube, on the YouTube, I will do some excerpts from my book that I'm editing now that I'm hoping will be published this year. We'll see. As it's finished, it's in editing, and soon we'll be going to some beta readers. But I'm doing excerpts right now. Like on my YouTube, I've recorded 3 last night, and tonight after the live, I will be doing a voiceover and adding captions, and then we'll post some tomorrow, maybe Friday. There's ASL book reviews. Obviously, the DEAFinitely Readers, we upload the lives there, and I apologize. Trying to invite her again. I apologize. I can't find some of the lives that I've downloaded from TikTok that I did not post because adding captions takes a long time, but I was going to let YouTube do the captions, so I'm missing some of the book club's lives. I'm trying to find them, so I'm gonna say I'm sorry about that, but we're gonna make it work. And anyway, so if you've not subscribed to the YouTube, that would be very, very helpful. Where's her book? Oh, where's my book? 1 minute. Just I'm back. Hi, sorry. I just got home. Yay! Barely made it. What's the book about? Which book? Dust? Or my work in progress? Dust. Okay. 1 minute. Let her have a drink. So, Dust is really good so far. Interesting. Does have some things, like it's a dystopian kind of book, so it has some things about like people can own water. They're like, the dad is very, very fundamentalist, and it's there's some government things that's discussed in the book. Like, whoo, we're like on topic right now. Desi, do you want to explain, like, and like just catch us up so far on what we've read? So we're on chapters 8 to 13 this week, is what we've read, and then but we'll explain a little bit about the book, and I will voice is easier than trying to simcom like when I'm having to think like hard about like explaining the book. Okay, go ahead. Okay, can you see me? Yeah, better. Can you see me sign? No, maybe. Okay. 1 minute. That's better. Sorry, my iPad cover is making it like fall over, so I just took it off, but it's better. And if you can't hear me, please let me know. I'm trying a new mic. So, okay. To recap from last week, Dust, we read chapters 1 to 7. And what happened is the girl, his name is Thea. She is deaf, but has no idea about sign, nothing about deaf community, nothing. She grew up hearing, relied on lip reading, and so she lives in Ohio, and they moved down to Colorado. Why? Because her dad is like, I know, we need to move there. We're going to work the land there and have a farm. So he believed in, yeah, no, unschooling, and like do it himself. Like, no depending, very isolated, no depending on the government, no depending on people, the community, nothing, just himself. Yeah. To do the farm himself, to grow crops himself, all of this kind of stuff, everything. And the girl and her sister is Amelia, and they're working, they're cleaning, they're doing things all day, every day, and they're not learning. Their only life skills is what they're getting. No history, anything. Don't know. So finally, she started working at a cafe, a restaurant, and then the boss is there, and she notices, she's deaf. and she knows a deaf person who was there in the summer, and she brought them together. It's the same age. His name is Ray. So Ray grew up knowing ASL, knowing the community, and it's very different between the two of them. So she is just like questioning herself and trying to figure out, who am I? Why is my dad like this? Why are my parents not teaching me anything? And am I the same as Ray? And so she's very confused right now. What what she wants. Like, what is her goal? Am I going to learn ASL? What am I going to do? Am I deaf? Is he has hearing aids? Why don't I? So right now on chapter 8 through 13, there is more introspective. Is that the word I'm looking for? Searching, like soul searching. Yeah, it's the same word, but I think my English word is off a little bit. I don't think I said it right. I was say analyzing what could have been. And one more thing to talk about is the dust. The whole point of the book is there's a lot of like the storms, and there is no rain. They don't know the last time that it rained. Well, the reason why they moved is because the area flooded. They had a flood, and her father's like, "No, we're gonna move," and so they moved. And so now she is like, okay, she's noticing things, and she is just like, this is not normal. This is not, I'm not happy. This is isolating and alone. What I need to do, and my parents are not providing anything. So she observed and noticed some things that are happening, and that was interesting. That she noticed the dust is different, and like Ray is just like, I don't know. I don't know. It seems a little bit different, but it's fine. She's like, no, this is not normal. It's a different kind. I feel like something in my gut, like I know something as bad is coming. Amelia, they made it a point to say Amelia started coughing, and it kind of, so that makes me immediately think about, like, okay, Ray didn't know, and Sam, the uncle's name, yeah, okay, he didn't know, and then the librarian gave her a book about the Dust Bowl, right? And she's like, what's that? And both the men were like, that's a common knowledge. And that quote there that said, she was like, I know why. I know why my parents didn't teach me history. History will make me question things, and like, whew, that yeah. Lexi Lexi, it's a very, very, very good book. Like, so far, the deaf characters, the hard of hearing like characters, they're like champ. Like, it's really good. And it's a new release. December 3rd, I think. So it is new. There's no audiobook yet. But it is on Kindle, and it has a paper. No, it just has it's just a hardback. But And it's an easy read. It's not like complicated to read it. We just always separated into chapters for the club. Okay. Yes, I am happy to message you if you want. I think you're following me, so I will find it and then I can message you about it. Or if Heather is on here, if you could just note that for me, would be helpful. She is our mod. Oh, I hope you get it again soon. Like, it's really good. It's really good. Thank you, Heather. Okay. What were you saying? It was about the history. Yes. She was just like, huh? What is that? I just don't know. And she started learning. And I feel like I'm missing everything I need to know. So she wants to borrow, but she's afraid of her parents. So interesting fact. When she said that she wanted to borrow more but wasn't sure if she could hide, so I commented on Discord, because if you're not joined with the book club, we do have a Discord and we're on Fable. Ooh, I forgot to post on Fable, but we're on both places, free to join. We're more active. Yeah, it's in our link trees. But I posted on Discord, I said I have the experience of hiding books like growing up, because my parents didn't let me read books that had magic. Now, wait. Magic like Harry Potter, right? Or that kind of thing, like vampires, that kind of thing. But C.S. Lewis with the Chronicles of Narnia was fine. Madeline L'Engle was fine. And like so like those kinds of books were fine. It was just a little bit weird. Like, but my friend and I shared a locker just for books to read, and we kept them there at school. And then we used my locker because my mom worked at the school. We used mine for our school books and used hers for fun books. But because I would be I would teach myself at night, since teachers they're not very accommodating in, the 90s and 2000s with facing your student. They would just so I couldn't read their lips and I would miss. So I would sit in class and I would be reading a book, and my mom sometimes would like walk in and she goes, pay attention. Or, well, she didn't sign, but she would tell me, like, you need to pay attention, stop reading. And I would be like trying to hide my book. She goes, what are you reading? I'm like, oh, it's an English homework. It's an English, like, it's for English class. Anyway, that's smart. Sharing a locker with that. For me, I didn't have that. I hid it in my backpack. Ooh. And it went fine until one day, oh no, I noticed it was late at night. My mom was asleep and I went in and I was looking, where is the book? I was searching for it and I was like, where did I leave it? Where did I leave it? I'm looking. That's what 2 days went by and it's impossible. I couldn't find it. I know I put it in there. I know I did. Come to find out, Mom, did you go through my bag? I'm looking for my book, something inside. Do you know what a book? And she goes, what are you talking about? I found out she threw it. She threw away my new book that someone gave me. It was a set. It was Twilight. So I was just like reading and I kept it and then I was rereading it now and then she found it and threw it all away. Oh no. So the interesting thing was I actually worked in our school library because of course. So I would read there too and my mom would be like, you're not reading something you're not supposed to, right? And I said, probably. She probably said God watched you. God's watching you. And every time I would watch, you know, like TV, like in the morning before school or after school or always on mute because there's no sound. And I was just used to it. But I would watch what? Buffy. Oh, that is such a good show. Mom's like, what are you watching? What are you watching? Nothing? It was funny. So I think my reply, if I remember correctly, my reply is, it can't be bad if it's in the school library, right? When my mom said, you're not reading something you're not supposed to, right? And I said, well, there's nothing in the school library that's bad. Okay, catching up. Controversial, yes. Yes, I was not allowed to read or watch Harry Potter either. And then I'm married. My husband I've been with my husband for 12, I've been married for 12 years. I've been with my husband for 14 years, dating, married, altogether 14 years. So I think it was about 6 or 7 years ago. He found out you've never watched that Harry Potter before? You've never read it? Never allowed. Hold on. Come on. And he drove us to the store and bought all of the movies. We're going home. We're going to watch it now. And we drove back. And I said, okay. So it was a wonderful weekend. Okay, you have everything you need. We have snacks. And I'm like, okay, fine. The first movie, and I was just like, jaw drop. Wow. And the kids, it was like, So an interesting thing. My sister, my middle sister, so I have two sisters. My oldest sister is a reader, and nothing is like off limits for her kids to read. If they can read it, she lets them, and then we'll sit down and have discussions about like what's real, what's like fake, like that kind of thing, and then talk about like hard topics that come up in books, like political things or racism, like all of that. Like we'll have discussions. Yes. And then my middle sister is not like that. And here, like I have two young kids. They're 6 and 3. And if they want to read it and they can read it, that is fine. And the same thing with the movies. We've allowed Harry Potter. I don't agree with the author, but we already had it, so it's fine. The magic system is fine. We've done like Doctor Who and like all those like normal, not you don't normally let younger kids watch or read, like, and we've sat down, we've had discussions like, what is real, what is fantasy. It's not like it's a monster that's fake, like it can't get you now, like Criminal Minds, no. Not yet. Buffy was a little bit like they got a little bit scared, so we stopped it. But like if they like it and if they're okay, like we just keep going. Um, and oh, my oldest was two, no, three, and he was talking about like he wanted a wand like Harry Potter, and my niece was 11 at the time. She goes, he's seen Harry Potter. No, and it was so that, and then she found out about Descendants, and she was not allowed to watch that because it was teaching kids to be wicked. No, it's teaching kids that it's your choice if you're bad or good. You don't have to follow in your parents' like like steps. And anyway, and my sister was like, I can't believe you are letting them read or watch that show. And I'm like, why? It's my kids, my choice. Bye. And I was like, why? And she goes, well, we weren't allowed growing up. And I said, yeah. And I did it anyway. And if I, it, it's like we sit down and we discuss it, and they don't understand. They're not old enough. And I said, no, they do understand because we're treating them like they're old enough. And if they don't, we sit down again and discuss it again. Like, don't treat them like they're too young to understand something, because they notice this. So anyway, not the point of the book. Yeah, but kind of it kind of applies to the character Thea, because her dad is the same way, like very strict. And you can't have anything, books, you can't have a phone, you can't have internet, you can't have this, you can't have power in the house. Yeah. So she is already rebelling. She's already having people help her and having access to the library computer. Oh, and she emailed her friend, and it was so sweet to see that her friend had not forgotten her and understood about her appearance. And nervous, she was so nervous to send that, and then she felt the relief of it. Yeah. Yes, yeah. Um, we Katie James, grew up very differently. I grew up deaf world. She grew up in the hearing world, but the same similar parenting experiences, very strict, very Christian home, and that kind of thing. And now we're just like completely opposite from our parents. Rebellion. Still to this day, sometimes my mom has said, "Really? You watch that? Okay, okay." And I'm just like, yeah, I'm allowed to let my kids choose. I'm allowed to decide what is right or wrong. I'm not going to put fear in them. Now, and the same as her dad is putting the fear in Thea, like, oh, I gotta hide, I can't do this. And I would prefer my kids, like, come, like, talk with me if they're like, yeah, be very comfortable and say, hey, like, I'm curious, why did they have magic? And so then we explain about like this is an imaginative world, and like their people have special abilities. I was like, but you can have like a special ability like with reading or with writing. That is your ability. Like, just like simple explanations right now. Maybe later we'll get into more discussion, like deeper. It's just, it is very different because I would have preferred to have been raised that way and not or in that way and not you can have like C.S. Lewis books, but you can't have Harry Potter, right? I'm just using that. Oh, my favorite book growing up, The Girl with the Silver Eyes, who had magic abilities. She was like telepathic? No. Like telepathic? Telepathic? Not disagree. Telepathic. And then there's another girl in the book who could heal, a boy who could like was telekinetic. Like that was my favorite book growing up because the girl was different than the people like around her. And so I felt a connection. There was not a lot of deaf and hard of hearing characters in books when I was growing up, or I couldn't find them. And like since I was raised with hearing parents who focused on the hearing part of I can speak, so I can hear. um I couldn't like ask them, hey, is there any characters who are deaf and hard of hearing? So I was trying to find characters I could relate to that were different than the people like around. And anyway, that book had magic, but because it was scholastic, it was fine. I'm like, so it was like, it's, yeah, being in school is not the real look. Yeah, yeah. Hypocritical. Yeah, it's very hypocritical. Very, and I'm just like, it's funny. Not to divert from the subject, but it's not about the book, but talking about, you said we were discussing what is real, what is not real, same. But one thing I have to like kind of lied about because like it hurt. I didn't want to ruin that magic for her. She loves unicorns. Oh, yeah. She thinks unicorns are real. She started to question about them because in first grade, her teacher said, they're not real. And she came home crying, sobbing. And she's like, not real. And I was like, hey, it's okay. It's not in America. It's in Scotland. They live there. You can't find them here. And I just lied a little bit because I just want to keep that magic just a little bit longer. She's a she's a kid. I don't know. Maybe they are real. Scotland, yeah. So, and like I may not have lied about it, but the same thing for like dinosaurs. Maybe they lived long ago and don't live now, right? Um, and then hope. I would love if that what you're doing with your sister is like helping you with like your parents, because that's awesome. I wish that was like my family too, but it's not. My sister finally, after my oldest sister talked to her and said, like, you need to let your kids read um, magic books. I gave my niece, who's 10, recently 10, yeah, a book, and it's Chris Coffer, The Land of Stories, or The Land of like, yes, Chris Coffer. I've heard about that book. I've never read it. But I've seen his books. I'm like, oh, they're beautiful covers. Yeah. So he has two main like stories, both set in like the same world. I think it's like the land of stories and the land of magic. Jamie's here. Hi, Jamie. So Jamie is my co-worker in real life. She does a lot of helping with some of my designs, like my pictures, because I'm just not good enough. I'm getting better, but she has that like marketing like mind, and I don't. Anyway, she also helped with both of our websites, like the redesign of the websites. So thank you, Jamie. Anyway, I gave my niece the Land of Stories, like the first 3 books for her birthday, because I finally have, like, my other nieces and nephews are okay about reading, like they don't like love it. And my niece, like, now she loves reading. She just wants all the books. And so I gave them to her, and my sister was like, are these okay to read? And I was like, yeah, they're really cute stories. They like fall into like fairy tales, and they have to try to figure out like how to make it like go back to the normal story and like save the fairy tale. So yeah, they're good books. And she goes, wait, why did you read it? It's middle grade. And I was like, because it's a book. And I told Eric, my husband, I said, honestly, I read the books because I needed to make sure that there was nothing like banned for my sister. But it was a good story. Yeah. No. She trusts me enough. Probably am like, may not need to trust me that much, because I'm going to do where you can read what you want to read. Anyway, the book. Do we want to discuss the book more? Okay. So her dad is very strict and everything. She is not allowed any of these things. Now, her friend, Sam and Ray and Elmer, I like Elmer. He has typewriters. At first I read it said typewriter, and she said, Thea noticed and said, there has a book everywhere. She said, wow. And then typewriters with paper. And so my first thought was writer. He's a writer. I'm curious what he writes about. Oh, he writes thrillers. Oh. So I'm just like, he's so funny. Like, he's very sarcastic, very joking. And that point where Thea goes to the library and she's nervous to check her email from her friend, and she's sitting there nervous, and she's sobbing, and Elmer just is sitting right there. He's already working on his research. He's typing how to fool a lie test. And she just was looking, and he's just looking back, and she's crying, and he just gives her a tissue. And she said, thank you. He cleans up her face. And he said, do you know anything about serial killers? She goes, so it's funny, like sarcastic. I like that character. So anyway, and then access to the books, the internet, and now she's realized, like, oh, there's more to this in my life. There's more to it. What can I do? So she starts helping the community out, out in the people who are isolated. Do you need help? Do you need anything? Your tree fell down, whatever. So she starts helping, and she wants to do that. So technically her boss doesn't tell exactly what she's doing, right? So her parents don't know what's happening, right? But she's late, and like her boss, Louisa, told her mom that she was cutting wood for like and helping out, and her mom said, yeah, she's good at that kind of thing. So it was not, yeah, she already knows how to do all that. So it's not technically a lie, but they're not being very clear about like what she's doing. Um, and honestly, I'm not sure. Her mom later, just helping people are going to help. Yeah, but they're not deep, just very surface level. And I guess I'm just not sure. Excuse me. How I feel about. I made her yawn. I'm not sure how I feel about like hiding that kind of thing from her parents. I know her dad is very strict, right? But it opens, it could be worse for her later when he finds out. Especially if he knows that her boss knows, like everyone in the town knows what she's doing and he's the last to know. I think her dad will be mad. But right now, I'm just like, oh well. Oh, you trust them? Yeah, they're nice. They're helping, and that's all we're doing. I promise. So she's like, okay, I guess it's fine. I guess it gives you more to do out of the house. She tries to bring her sister with her, but her mom is just like, nah, she needs to stay home. No, she's fine. But did you see the information about like the kinds of sickness that you can get like with the dust? And I was like, oh, her sister is 8. Yeah, foreshadowing. Every person she meets, she feels a connection to. Wow, they're nice to me. They notice their personality. The woman, Helen, so she's very artistic, very friendly, gave her a prism. Mm-hmm. And she goes, what is this? I've never seen this before. And so she explained, like rainbow colors. It makes those rainbow colors. And she gave her one. And she gave it to keep. And then she showed it to her sister. And she gave it to her sister she knows her sister's good at hiding things. Yeah. So Heather said there's still being like dishonest about it all. And that was my point is okay, it's fine, but also um I need to find which page. Oh, okay. So the page 137, I know that Hope said something about it, but it's where she met the family with the girl, and like the boys were all playing. And it says, as girls, we've been taught to do that, trained to make ourselves quiet and small. How would you sign that? Okay. um, to make ourselves no one at all. Yeah, not small, but meek.
She's saying make insignificant. Insignificant. It's finger spelling. Yeah, not important. And I'm just like, whew. I really feel that, like, in the world today, that boys can do whatever they want. And girls, you're supposed to be quiet. You're supposed to be invisible, small, quiet, small. And I'm just like, whoo, a little bit. In another book, she says she was talking with her sister at night, and they're sitting there, and it was about the prism, and she said, shh, shh, and she explained, and she thought, I've always have a hard time controlling my voice. I don't know how loud, and I can't, so I'm afraid that my parents will hear me. Mm-hmm. Well, no, it's not the point of being quiet that kind of way, but not playing and being like ha, like being loud and that kind of thing, like where the parents are saying, "Boy, stop! You're too loud," or "You're playing too rough," like that kind of thing. So instead, the girls are sitting and reading or cross stitching or whatever, right? Cleaning, cooking. They're not seen. That's what they mean by being quiet. Yeah, but also in deaf way, like she's not allowed to tell people she's deaf. Yeah. So she's that, yeah, that she's hearing. So you be quiet. That. No. We're supposed to be quiet. We're supposed to be meek. Yes. Hope. Yes. So I've not been diagnosed, but everything that I've like researched about, I have ADHD. Um, am I gonna go to the doctor to get diagnosed? I don't really like the doctor, so probably not. I just take is something like calm, I think, to like or to help me focus. Okay. Oh, let me know how that works for you, because like I should go. I just I'm avoiding it for now. Um yes. Comment said, if Thea was a boy, ooh, would her father still be the same and say, shh, don't tell people about being deaf about that? That's a good like question to think about, because both of his children are girls. So maybe I don't think that her dad would have let them like learn sign, but I think that they would have said something like, "Oh, that's my bad ear." Like not specifically I can't hear you, but like use like walk over here, like talk in my right ear. Like I can't really understand left. Like that kind of voice, like not specifically saying can't hear, but making it a joke more than anything. Maybe. I'm looking for my quote. Um, okay. So there's a lot of good quotes in this book. I can't go through them all. There's so many like to choose from. But anyways, so one of them, let me find it. On chapter 8, on page 93, why do you sign? If you can hear. So she is asking Ray that because Ray has hearing aids. And so why do you sign if you can hear? If you have a hearing aid? And that's my community. That's my language. That's my friends. Yes. And not just me. It's my friends who know it too. And she goes, oh, so Thea doesn't know the spectrum of deafness. So she's like, oh, okay, questioning about it. And it's like, why signing? What's the point of it if you can hear? And then ASL is important. It doesn't matter if you can hear, if you have hearing aids or not. Yeah, and he said that no one thing you do, like as a deaf person, works for everyone or something like that. And I was like, oh, it was a good response. Yes. Maybe some people in the world today need to know that. We're not going to talk political, but some people need to educate themselves. I'll stop. And there's another one that she had. Oh, okay. So when that day, Thea, I'm not sure if it's before, I think it's before. He said the water day. So they're going in the line to get some water for the farm. And so they go and they have the buckets ready in the truck and they're driving and they're in that long line. Of course, it's normal. And the man in front was walking up and he looked worried. And Thea's like, this is not normal. I think he's going to give us some bad news. And he walks up and he's like, hey, I just want to let you know there's no water. What do you mean, no water? The water's all gone. It's dry. And Thea's like, no, it's not. And she just stood up and is very blunt. Who bought it? Who bought it? Who bought it? And so her parents are like, shh, 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 keep quiet, shh, leave it, finish. So the quote. And then after that, she was trying to talk to her parents, and her mom is just like, no, and is turning around and speaking. And I forgot what her mom said, but Thea's quote says, you know, I couldn't hear. She knew that, but she forgot. And even my dad knew too. It was so easy for them to never consider that important detail in my life. I can't imagine your own parents forgetting you're deaf. My mom is talking and then signing. Happen all the time. Different room, they'd just be talking and I wouldn't respond, and then they would walk in and say, why didn't you respond? And I said, were you talking to me? And they go, put your hearing aids on. And I was like, they're on. Are you talking to me? You know, the TV show Friends, I've not seen all of it, no, but I've seen like clips of like Russ doing yeah, that. I feel like I will say an excerpt from my book. Hang on one second. An excerpt from my book that is where the mom, like, she walks in the room and she's talking, and the girl, her name is Merritt, and she's talking, and Merritt, can't hear her, and she's like, put your hearing aids in, and she says, they're already in, like, they're already in. And she goes, well, why can't you hear me? And she goes, I'm deaf, Margaret, like, mom, like, anyway, so that I have experience with. It's just all the time forgetting that, because, like, I will respond because I have my hearing aids in, so I'm using them to hear, and I respond, and then they just keep talking, and then I start missing things because I can't see their lips, or I'm reading or something, like I'm not, like, looking. Anyway, yeah. So that after the water, the well is dry and didn't know if someone bought it, what business did you sell to? Someone bought it. So I don't know. So what does that mean for the town? The well is dry. That means for the town. So, everyone had to go back home. They all had to go back home. And then what is going to happen? So, theories time. What do you think is going to happen next? Because I have a feeling that fights will happen because they don't have water. Maybe more alcoholics because, beer is cheaper than getting water. Yeah. So Heather said the company filling the richer people's wells. Hi. Nice to meet you all who have joined recently. Sorry, we got distracted talking. Ooh. I mean, right now, they're in the middle of a drought. So everyone is panicking, is freaking out, like, what are we gonna do? We need water for crops. And then also you have the locust. So the next day, and then she hears something buzzing, and it's loud, and then what is that? And it's locusts swarming into the crops and killing, and not killing it, eating it. They were eating it all. Yeah, they're killing the crops, eating it. So before we talk deep about that, but I have my first, put it. So locusts normally typically come in the drought. So nothing left, and they find food. Oh, okay. So they have has the weather changed? Or there soon will it come rain, everything will come rain heavy, and they'll leave. So could possibly have rain falling in the future, or something bad is going to happen that's coming. So my theory is that the sister gets really sick. I think that will happen. I think that you will see more of that one character who is like the end is nigh. Yeah, he lives next to the meteorologist, and I'm curious about what he's thinking about the weather. So I feel like you will see more of him because Thea said, "I believe you." Um, and it said something about like pay attention, like the black lizard is coming, and I was like, I think again means Dust Bowl again. I think it does. Maybe the end of the book we will see rain, but I don't think it's anytime soon. I think maybe some of our favorites will not be there. Maybe. Thea did say that she is having dreams. Bad dreams popping up. Just stories, but I don't know. But it's really cool is while the locust is coming, is she quickly thought of a solution. So she got oil, garlic, and spices and mixed it all together and sprayed it to get the locust to go away and to help some, but not all. And we did see that the dad can praise. I said can, not, it wasn't great, but at least he acknowledged that yes, she did help. And then he started, she couldn't understand. Whatever. I think. Something will, either the sister or something tragic happens. A death or something tragic. That will impact her dad. And the mom, maybe the mom dies. Maybe the other daughter. I don't know. But something the dad it'll impact. Oh no. Heather knows already. Oh no. So okay. Yes. Someone commented and said, where you go if this banned TikTok? Okay. So we have an Instagram and we have a YouTube. So it's on our link tree. So follow us there. Please follow on YouTube. I have 4 subscribers. So we did some research today. We're trying again soon, like after this one is done, we're gonna test it. It's a little bit complicated to do like a 2-host live on YouTube without having like a different streaming service. It can work, I hope. We're gonna test it again. We would prefer to go live on the app, YouTube, and one person has to have at least 50 subscribers. The other person, it does not matter like how many. I mean, of course, like follow both of us, please. And I did make a post. I talked about it before we really started the live. I did talk about it. Like, I will be doing like a giveaway of a coffee cup. It says happy reading. When we get 50 subscribers, and I'll pick it from that list. Just pick one person and contact you. Anyway, the plan, we're gonna test it again tonight. Yeah, yay, yay. We're gonna test it again to see if we can make it work. If we can't make YouTube work for next week, we will do Instagram. We would prefer YouTube. If we have to do Instagram for now, we will. But we'll let you guys know on Discord. So just follow us on Discord, YouTube, Instagram. So we'll update on Discord. And also we do have, and we'll post it, Desi, I will work on that. I will post it on the website. We now have a website specifically for Definitely Readers. So it is definitelyreaders.com, and it's definitely. And that has all the information about the book club too. Do we want to try a live on Discord? Oh, we could try that. Yeah. Would that work? Would it be like the voice channel? I know that we see everyone, but can we like download it? I mean, we're already there. That's true. Yay! I have 30. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if we can, the only thing that I was worried about is I couldn't figure out how to record it so we can download it and then upload it to YouTube. But yeah, like that would be an easy way. It would be hard to get new people if they don't join before, but we could do normal discussions on Discord, and then just some other kinds of like lives, like promoting might be an option. So we can test which is better. One day we'll test on Instagram and test on YouTube and Discord, maybe. We'll see. Which is better? I will say that I don't prefer Instagram because it's like, and it's just awkward and hello, hard to see. Now it might be okay if we do like 3 and do like Definitely Readers and then do like mine, and I'll just have one like set up to only have a picture or something. Maybe. I don't know. We can play. Yes, yes. We'll play by ear. Yeah. So we'll be doing some testing this weekend. And depending on if Desi is fine, we may do the YouTube testing right after, since I already have it set up. I forgot. Next week. I don't know. Well, if we're banned or not, I'm really confused. It will happen. It's not going to be paused. It's going to happen. And more information that I found out specifically, we're not going to be able to access it on a VPN. Like our accounts are going to be completely shut down. Like all of US all of US, like the servers are going to be shut down. Like there's not going to be no access. Like if you're in, like, you know, if you're in like the UK for now and you can access it, it's not. I don't think it's going to allow it. Yeah. Some I'm only saving what I like. The only thing that I'm a little bit not 100% sure on is if CapCut, I use that to edit, like to edit the videos, if that's gonna work or not. It's owned by TikTok. Yeah. So we're gonna test and we'll let you know where to go. And we're doing chapters 14 through 19. I just checked. Oh, there's only 25 chapters in the book. So putting that aside, so far it's good. It's good. We discussed a good amount. So if there's something in there that we have not discussed yet, last minute, just let us know. Share. Go ahead and fine. While you are all thinking of adding your thoughts on this on 8 through 13, I'm going to put it aside. We recently read an arc. I'm not finished yet. I'm not had time. I'm trying. No. It's fine. I'm almost done. I'm 60, no, I'm 70% through. I'm not going to spoil it. So it is good. I really like it. It's called The Daisy Chain Reaction by AC Toy. I will post my review signing. Already typed it up and that's finished. I posted that, but signing, I haven't yet posted it. Anyway, it's a psychological thriller. It's about a girl who is hearing and her sister is deaf. And they have a third friend, best friend, who's also hearing. So Rose, Violet, and May. May is a flower name. So, but they're all best friends, and Rose is feeling like she is losing control of herself. She is feeling that something is wrong and can't figure it out. So it's a very interesting story of what the situation. I'm not gonna spoil it. I haven't read it. So I haven't finished it. I haven't finished it. I need to read the last part. I know. It's been we got it last week, I think, and it's been a very busy week, and it's released now. Yep, January 1st. And the author is hard of hearing herself, and she signs. So it is a hard of hearing author who has a deaf character. It is a side, but she's pretty important character. And I will say that the author has been very sweet and very like engaging with all of her followers. So she seems really nice. I like how she yeah, she added deaf slang. We don't really see that very often. I told her that and I said I didn't realize that like I do some like I did like train gone, you know, like in the story. And I think I said VV, but I don't think that I really did like champ or, you know, 258, you know, like simple things that we say all the time. Like we do the side. And I said, that is an amazing like way that you included that. I already like told her that I really enjoyed that part so far. Anyway, it, it, I, yeah, it's there too. Kiss Fist. I was reading it at night and then I started Like, not really like nightmares, but like, well, because it's very like psychological, like thriller. like makes you think. Well, yes, yes, but like I was like thinking about like, because the girl, she keeps waking up in a different room. And I'm like, is this my real life? Do I live in a different life? And, so like I was feeling the same way. And I was like, okay, I can't read it now at bedtime. So I'm having to read it in the middle of the day. And my real life work has been very, 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 very busy recently. I changed my position, my job changed. And so it's been more busy. Ooh, it's not scary. It's like, what? 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 It's suspenseful for me. It's not really scary, but I understand. Um, she gets headaches. She is feeling like she's gonna pass out a lot. So when she passes out, she wakes up in a different world and she can't move. She can't move, she can't talk, she can't nothing. So that, I think that's what's like, I don't know, like the books that make me really consider, am I in the real world right now or am I not, that really get me like very, very, very immersed into the book, is ones that is hard for me to read fast. I would say read this book. It kept me guessing. Like reading this book kept me guessing. I was like, no, no, yes, that, no, that, no. So, it could be this, it could be that. And at the end, I was like, oh, what? That makes so much sense at the end. That kind of thing. Yeah, I understand. It's good. But I was like, I was trying to think, what could it be or not. So I will say that last week I had talked about Silent House by Nell Pattison. And that one is a mystery. But I said that it made me really wonder, what if this happened? Like I could see it happening to myself. And so that kind of book like really immerses like me in the story, sometimes makes me read it slower because I'm both enjoying it and then also I'm like, yeah. I haven't read it yet, but I'm talking about, me, Silent House. So sometimes when I'm voice interpreting, I'm using the exact words you're saying. She is talking about, you're talking about me. But I'm saying she, and I say like Carrie, like I don't say me. Carrie. Anyway. It's just funny. It's just funny. I think I'm a little bit delirious. Delirious. Dust. We're reading Dust by Alison Stine. Yes, someone commented and said, it's a good start of the year so far. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. And if you've not followed like the Definitely Readers Instagram, I did make a post finally. It was a little bit late. It was like January 12th or something. Like it's been busy. Trying to get get more things set up, like if the TikTok ban like happened, and making sure like we're ready for other things if need be, to make sure we don't lose the full community here. But anyway, I did make a post of the books that the club has read since April of last year. And then Desi had posted her like as the stars, which was a really cute idea. So I stole that idea for the book club once, and I used it for that. But I added her, like, how many I love yous for that book, and then also for me. And so you'll see it above our heads in the story. But that's on the Instagram post if you're not aware of what we read. And I will say some of the books were a struggle last year. I didn't really feel like the characters. Song Below Water, we deleted that off of our list. It was good. It's a good topic, yes, but deaf representation, there's nothing. And the girl who signed, she signed because she was an actress, like not because she played a mermaid underwater. And the other girl signed because she was a siren and sometimes couldn't speak. So there was not deaf representation. There was sign language representation, and it was very different. So I removed that one from the deaf and hard of hearing character book list we have. It's not there. So I personally did not really like Perfect Silence. It was okay. It got better, but just the attitude of the parents and the privilege that they felt like they were owed, like an owed. And then August. No, that was, oh, so A Game Most Foul. A Game Most Foul was good. It's a hard of hearing author. Is a hard of hearing character who is learning how to be deaf and hard of hearing because she has recent hearing loss. So it was a different perspective, and so it was just a little bit of a struggle to. It was okay. It was good. Whispering Dark. I mean, I really like the story, like the spooky vibes, but the deaf character, yeah, is not Stine. Did not advocate for herself. She didn't know, like, she didn't know how to advocate, and she's just like meek and just like, okay. So that attitude really, yeah. So she like disconnected from that. And we, if you remember, we started that book in February. We did. And we stopped it. But we're going to try again. And I skimmed that one. I read it because of the book club. Honestly, yes. So we started that book in February and we took a break, and then the book clubs chose that. Before we started reading that book, I read the second book. It is not the same. It's the same world, but different story and different characters. I read that one first, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. And then I noticed that the first one, the Whispering Dark characters, made cameo. Excuse me. And now I have to read that one, yeah. So that helped. Okay. And if I remember what you said, Your Blood, My Bones, which was the second book, doesn't have a deaf character. They're all hearing. And I know like Kelly Andrew is a hard of hearing author. So this one made me want to read this one. Okay. Oh, okay. So that helped me go through it because I wanted to know why. What is she talking about? Like, what is important? Oh, okay. So it's an interesting story, but we not really found the perfect, well, we did too, but the perfect book that advocated for yourself. Deaf, the term deaf power. So the deaf power, that. Where is it? Oh, it's close. So Quiet Beautiful Things. So it's really good. It's really beautiful. It's very deaf representation, ASL, deaf culture. It's great. And the second one, The Right Sign. It was really good. It's a romance book, but I want a hard of hearing or a deaf author to have the deaf power book that is really good. Both of these books are hearing authors. That's not bad. Like, that's not like against them. Like, that's not bad. But I want to say, like, and I think Heather said she's hard of hearing, but I haven't found anything to support that. So I don't know. Is she deaf? Did you tell people you're deaf? And then she said, I can hear the bugs. I'm deaf. I can't hear the bugs. No. The author, not the character. Oh, the author. Yeah. Unravel. Unravel is really good too. And that's a hard of hearing author. That was a good first book we did. I feel like it was going to be more deaf power later. There was some, but the second book's not finished yet. Kelly Compton. That was a good one, hearing author. Yeah. But I like that attitude of the character. Okay, so you need to read Silent House, the hard of hearing author. It is, most of the characters are deaf or hard of hearing. Now, the only problem I have, it is a hearing main character who is a coda. So it's hard to say like it's deaf power because she's not deaf. It's hard to say that The Silent House is a good like deaf power book with a hard of hearing author because the main character is not deaf, coda. So she's the only hearing in her family, but that doesn't make that as deaf power. Her whole family's deaf and she's the only one who's hearing. Oh, yeah. So that is hard to call it that. Yes, please. Yes, thank you. Alison Stine is the author. That long page for 2022, reading about book awards and American. So she got a lot of awards. So it's the author's note, the page before. Okay. Okay. So it says that she's hard of hearing. Okay. So maybe we finally have a deaf power book. Oh, that's really sweet. Okay. Okay. So very vague. It says that she's half deaf. It says she's half deaf. Didn't learn. What page? Is right after the last page of the book, of the story. And it says, I'm half deaf. I was born into a hearing family. Thanks, Heather. I found it. Okay. I was looking at the other thing. I like what the professor said. You're both and like neither. And that's a beautiful story. When she was trying to figure out if she's deaf or hearing. You're both, but not part of either. She didn't know ASL until she was an adult. That's very, very common. Anyway, thank you, Heather. Maybe if I kept reading, she should but yeah, I researched online. I didn't read her bio or the note here. I wish, always put a disclaimer, something in front of the book. Yeah. Because I'm always like, I wish, oh, stop, where to read it. I'm trying to think what the author about, and then it's very quiet about the author. You know. So, anyways, I didn't see this. I normally look first and then read it. I don't flip to the back. Also, normally when we do research on the authors before we start the book, I look at their website or like their post or like that kind of thing. I don't typically read the end of the book. Anyway, okay. She said, this book, the place is not real, but the water struggles she experienced growing up. Huh. Interesting. I wonder, that's a true experience. Thank you for the help. Okay. The watchtower is real. Yes. I think you sent a picture in Discord too about it. Okay. Next week, 14 to 19, where we'll go, we'll find a home to go live. I don't know. We'll see, and we will inform you guys. But thank you for joining. Something about a picture on Discord. Yeah. Of the map. Okay. 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 So thank you for joining the live. This is gonna be the last live on TikTok. A little bit sad. It's very sad. Oh, I did find, okay, last thing. I did find today, I think I sent it to you, Desi. It's a bookish app that releases the 28th of January, and it's gonna be like Instagram, but it's only for books. Seemed cool. I signed up to get like a notification of when it released to see. It's called the Tome app for books, like a book tome, you know. It sounded interesting. I don't know what it can do. I've done very light research for that. Yeah. I'm sad. I'm a little bit depressed about it. Maybe that's why I've not finished the book yet. Okay. I need to post. Same. Maybe we can do one more live, not just discussing book, but just saying goodbye, maybe this weekend. Maybe Saturday. Maybe Saturday. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining. And, you know, our saying, happy reading. She's gonna cry soon. Don't talk about it. I'm gonna sleep it under the rug. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, bye. Happy reading and good night. We'll see you somewhere next week. And we're reading Dust. I still have hope. Same. I'm keeping hope, but I'm expecting to not. Okay, bye. Yeah, we're gonna go test YouTube.